on every hand. It's not the same thing. If I talk, I can probably continue in the story to use my mouth. But when I'm typing and I don't say a word, I see the story. I see deep into the story. So it tells us, what does it tell you about the mind, about the unconscious mind? The unconscious mind, unconscious mind, unconscious mind, about not the mind, something else, about unknowing. I like those letters that begin at the front, UN and DIS, like in Disney, IN. Anybody see this? I'm going to do a little thing on this word Nyan, and it has to do with dizzy. Dizzy. How do you spell dizzy? D-I-Z-Z-Y? Dizzy with the Y at the end. The Z has the Z is not saying the vowel. Consonant entity. Consonant ending in the word ENT, but they put the D on the ENT and not the M, right? You can put dent, you can put ment. And now all these words are starting to say something different. Can we connect them together? What gives us the right, or is there something, right, that we don't see that gives us the right to interchange the M with the D? Is there something somewhere that can tell us any of this? So just for note, I will tell you something about M and I will tell you something about D. According to science that was already created on this planet, because all I work with is what was created by the most intelligent people that got all the diplomas in the world and can be vouched for and are vouched for and are paid accordingly to what they know in this field of their scientific techniques. And I'm going to show you an old one from one of the smartest people because it carried on. And it's right here, MD. The initials, okay, are the 13th letter reverse 14 or the 04th letter reverse 23. MD, medical doctor. You notice I changed this whole channel. Now it's for entertainment. I got a strike against me the other day for telling the truth. And I just decided to take off the video because I don't know who I'm talking to at the other end. Is it a computer? Is it going to look into the words I choose? Because it can look into the words I choose to write. You notice? Into what you said. Hold on a second. When you go to court, they pick every single word out and switch the whole story around because of the word. You don't say the word. When you say a word, okay, you're telling the story in about sense. That when you take the words that you chose and you put it into the wave pattern, why did you say that? You said it because of this? Oh, why did you say it because of this? What were you doing because of that? So there's a whole science, okay, right down into understanding the way somebody speaks. So how come there isn't a science into the letters? MD, medical doctor, can somebody tell me something else about MD? Coloring me up, said the croupier to the player in seat 6, cameras on him. Not only on him, the camera takes his whole body, okay, and it's probably 2-3 cameras checking out as they switch from one player to the next. You think the camera goes onto the player you're at? No, the croupier's hands go to that player because he's watching the player. But the cameras will pick up the rest of the players at the table and those passing by the table. Because that's the way it is. And if I can think about it, if I can say it, then somebody had to say it before me. Somebody said it before me. Okay? I don't really want to do anything unless somebody said it before me. And once somebody said it before me, thank God they can't look at me as crazy because I didn't say it first. But then they can say, hey, he said it second. He's just a follower, or third. But the minute you get the he said it as the 10th one, I could be a follower, or I said it because it's true, or that's the way I understand it. Broken telephone down the line, we all understand the same thing. 1 + 1 = 2. Maybe you have one, I have one, we still have one. But we're together. Together we have two, and we're two of us, so the average is 1. Who won? Who won what? One what? 1 what and a hat. WHAT. So MD, medical doctor. So did anybody figure out MD, anything? Someone tell me something about MD. I know we're only 3 of us, but I know one of you can tell me something about MD. Hold on a second. I got an incoming call. Hey, sir, can you tell me something about MD? Well, sure. That's pretty easy. That's pretty easy. M is love. Because in French, quand tu aimes quelqu'un, you're in love, or the situation. You understand what I mean, right? You understand what I mean? Here we are coming to life. Coming to life. So this is how it goes. M is 10 times 10 times 10 equals to 1,000. And bullseye is equal to 50. Times 10 is 10 dartboards. We need 10 dartboards. 10 dartboards. So we need 10 dartboards. So now what was I doing? M equals to 10 times 10 times 10 is 1,000. And D equals to 500. A bullseye times 10. Because the bullseye is red, so that's number 27. So times 10, 27, either will give me 90, which is counting 2 all the way over to count 1. Hold on a second. 90 is what? Can't believe it. Count what to get 90? Just give me a second. 13 times, yes, count, I think, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 gives you 90. 1 through 12 equals to 78. If you add up 1 through 13, it equals to 91. 1 plus 13 equals to 14. And you would add that on, it'd be 105, the hand of God. It would say je. It would be D. And your DJ now goes together. The DJ goes together for, first of all, MD. You want me to just tell you if you didn't say it already? Bullseye is 50. The D is 10 times 50. The D represents A plus B plus C plus D equals to 10. It's whole. And when you get to number 4, it becomes the 4th. It is the first TH. Before that, it is put together of ST, which is also in last as well as first, and doesn't happen again until 21st. Blackjack, BJ comes together. So we have BJ, we have DJ, and we have MD. D is 500 in Roman numerals. So you have to multiply 2 Ds to get 1,000, or divide 1,000 by 2. So we're building scenarios and realities because that's what comes from the situation. And I didn't create what they call Roman numerals. Who did? But that's the story. MD. MD at the same time are in the same family. 1 plus 3 equals to 4, and the D is the 4th letter. The reverse is the 23rd letter, and the reverse of the 13 is the 14th letter. 14 and 23, they're both 55, and I can create this by number 16. Oh, the road doesn't stop when it comes to numeric, math, alphabetic. How you set up the situation and the rules for every single game. And should you be changing the rules? Should you be changing the rules? Just give me 1 second. I have to see something. Okay. Changing the rules. Entity, men, go towards the sun. Men is the crossover. the passage. Half of I. T is half of I. Why? Why is T half of I? I'm quite sure there's a story why T is half of I. There's a whole story to it. I mean, I see it. You already know that a Y is just a bent T, right? You got the T and you just bend it like a little bit, right? You got the T, like here's my T, and you just turn it this way and you bend it a little bit and you got the Y, right? You got, so, and you think it's meaningless? Is it meaningless? Let's see what happens when you drink a few monster drinks. You become strong, energized. Red Bull. Again, another number 50, also representing money and representing win a big red sun, because the numeric value is 27. And that numeric value, it plays a string on it. And because the 27 and the 35, or the 53 and the 72, when I talk numbers, I'll tell you if I'm going to be exact in order, okay? Because there's more than one order. I'm giving you the skull bones. I'm giving you just the nitty gritty, sometimes just a piece without full explanation from where it's going, from where it's coming from, and why. I think we consider for days MD 1500 equaling to the numeric value 1566. All zeros equal 6. Remember that. Not 5, 6. 6 does not carry as like 5. The 5 is the quarter life of Earth. Okay, this is the quarter life of Earth. This center here tells me that if this is a total of 5, and we'll use 5 as the biggest, okay, because it's in, out, in, out, in, out, creating a crown. Okay, so we're going to create this as the biggest. Since there's 5 here, the reality is there should only be 4. But this is 5. In this scenario, each one of these values is 1.25 to the corners, because we don't need to count the center. So every corner is memory. 1.25, 1.25, 1.25, 1.25. 512, 512 is 1,024 and 1,024. 1024. 6 times 4, 6 plus 4, 1024. 2 of them. Because they're telling a story on the dice. First it's this way, and then it's that way. Because if I was a car and I let everybody go through the intersection, C-section, if I let everybody go through the C-section, okay, you can't, because there's going to be an accident. So first you go 159, and then you go 357. That would be on your phone. But that's not really how it goes, because it's a bridge. The bridge goes up, over this way, and down. And this one goes underneath the bridge. One is a boat, and the other one's an upper bridge going over the water. And the reason I'm saying this, and I'm going to explain it, because otherwise it wouldn't make a difference, right, is that when you count from 1 over to 9, the crisscross over here, I mean, I got a square here, and I don't see no way I can get to 9 unless on this angle I'm going 1, 1.52, 2.53, 3.54, 4.55, and if I was counting that way, I can get over to 9. But here I'm going plus 4, plus 4, plus 4, plus 4. So my distance from here to here is plus 4, plus 4. My distance from here to here is plus 2, plus 2. So it's twice the numeric value to get from here to here, as it is 2424. That's one way to look at it. The other way to look at it is this, okay? What happens, I'm going to see if I can design this. See if I can design this. What am I designing? What am I designing? Oh, yeah. First of all cutouts go somewhere. So these are the representation of the sailor's hats, okay? And the representation of the sailor hat can also be, when unfolded, see, did I get any good folds in here? Okay, will turn into the hexagons, or it looks like the feather on the dart, right? Or the hexagon. And that becomes the, I think this is what it looks like, is the, in the deck of cards, if you look at the caps that the Jack and the King are wearing, they look like that, okay? And the reason for that maybe is because, let me see if I can get out this last piece here. And you notice, how can you get out a piece from the center here? You fold it like that. You fold it like that. And that's the only reason, I mean, if they're making a world and they really want to make this the same, they fold it like that. And it actually looks like the 4, but it also looks like something else. Take a good look at it, because I'm going to show you a picture of a little design I made yesterday. I've been waiting a long time before my mind would come together to see a little bit deeper into that design. An old store called Steinberg's, Steinberg, here in Quebec. I think all over in, and sorry, I hid it from the camera for a minute. I shouldn't have. So what I got here is, look, there's my ace. There's my ace. So when I'm talking going to 9, what happens is you go from 1, and then you go like this, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. You go up and over and there. That's how you get there, right? But for me, I have to go under the bridge this way. I'm going under the bridge. So if I'm going under the bridge this way, okay, that means the cars are going this way. And that's your 159 and your 357. That's the story. That's one of the stories you can be telling me. And then again, if you break it in half, we got the NHL, right? Okay, now I'm going to look at some of the comments. Hopefully I don't lose my mind. To rediscover the weird awakening, the truth of all to know. The truth of all to know. Have you ever had somebody knock on your door, knock on your door, knock on your door? The knock on your door salesman comes to your door. Sunday afternoon, the religious books come to your door, knocking on your door. Oh, look who's here. One of the sects have come to knock on my door. Thank you very much. I appreciate the love, the words you have to say. So people are trying to sell you things. People are trying to sell you things. And what is the best sales? The best way to sell is through advertising and publicity. The ratings that are made are fantastic. Anyways, every time you're going to hear the number 8, do you follow what I'm showing you? Okay, and the reason I'm showing you this is because 8 is not always the number 8. Okay, it's not always the number 8. We don't know what it is. So if you're going to R8 me, R8 you? What do you mean R8 you? I mean, how do you write R? You're captured by the week. Now, is it the week at hand? Why 8 by 21? The H is the 8th letter. The H is the 8th letter, and the U is the 21st letter. we have to take everything we say seriously. So you want to have a rating. So when it's rating, then you have to get out your umbrella. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that what you heard? Rating, right? Rating? Working. No one's working. We're actually, like, what am I doing right now? I'm entertaining, so I ain't working. I ain't got a schedule. You think? I haven't been here in 4 days because it wasn't coming in. If the info ain't coming in, how can I put it out? I can't put something out that hasn't come in. And as it's coming in, I got to put it out because there's so much of it I can't remember. So this is my bridge that came out from the piece of paper that I folded up. I folded up. You notice that the end one is a single and the end one is a single. And in each one of them, okay, is going to be the hexagon or the beehive, the pass. It's a beehive, and then it's this. And if you take a look, okay, it is, in order to create this area, right, you must create the letter C. Now, which way will you create the C? You have to create the C here. I'm going to show you. I'm going to explain to you why. Just 1 second. Just 1 second. And it's over here, I think it is. No, it's backwards for me. It's over here. And the reason I have to make this mark over here is because there's a roadway. Remember, the roadway that's going through. And here you have to stay on the road, not on the outside of the bridge. So here's the center of your honeycomb. And this is what will create your Star of David. And the lines that are going across for the Star of David is because that's your roadway you must stay on. And then it becomes the passage. Is it below the bridge? Is it through the, you see, remember before we had a bunch of them, but now we don't have a bunch of them anymore because this had to be folded in half. It's got to be folded in half. I don't really know why, but that's what it's got to be done. It's got to be folded like that. So we only have actually just one. So where is my ace 11, right? So how would I also do it? Can I do it this way? I'm not really good if I can actually, maybe can I flip it this way? No, it would have to be this way, or would it be, trying to figure out which way we can put this. Anyways, for now, it more or less looks like an X instead of an A. So where did our A come from? Why does the shape of the X actually the same thing as the A? It's similar, and the angles are the same thing as the N and the Z. There's everything inside. It's all about geometric shapes and our ABCs, how they created numbers for us. If you put it on a basic ruler or you put it on a yardstick, wherever you talk about yard, what does it mean? You're out in the yard. Who's out in the yard? Is the dog out in the yard? And we're going to say dog out in the yard, and we're not going to say cat, because the cat always gets loose. So you don't know whose yard the cat is in. Remember who and where the cat is. The cat is the communication of everything. The network is BCE 235, whatever BCE is. And that is because before the Christ is the wording that they use, B and C number 23. And that is the reflection of where Mars 1551, 33 by 47, comes in to play over here. And when you bring 1 in with 5, you're bringing 6 in. And it's not me who created it, because all these people who did it, they have diplomas, and whatever they've done, they're using it today because I have some of it right here, where the 1 is the reverse of the 6. And at the same time, it is the heart of the 5, which means the 4 corners gets a heart of 1, meaning this is 1 part of these 4. This is only worth 1/4. This gets a quarter, this gets a quarter, or do all this get all of one? This gets all of this gets all of this gets all of this. But now, if I want to create it, right, is the circle this way if I want to create it? And if everybody gets part of one, everybody gets part of one. So it becomes 0.5 and 1. And then this becomes 0.5 and 1, 0.5 and 1, 0.5 and 1. 0.5 is this. The 1 is all of this because they're all getting it. This one is getting 1/4. Sorry, 0.5 and 0.25. I'm not really sure which way I should go with this mathematically. How do I evaluate each box? Can I call each box? How much should I give to each box? How much should I give? What is my first square? Well, 4 is my first square. I think I'm going to make 4 as my first square because A plus B plus C plus D equals to 10. And if you multiply it, it equals to 24. 10, 24. 4 times 512 equals 20, 48. Divided by 2 equals to 1024. 6 times 4, 6 plus 4 equals to 10 equals to 24. And then there's a whole, this is where the gateway in man comes in because there's a 0 over here. And the reason that there's a 0 is for 6 is because you see this dice here? That's 6. This one has a void of 8 around it. The reason for that is because this is the same thing. It's square. This is square. This has got 6 dots here. You turn it this way, it's got the same 6 dots. It's using all 8 areas, depending how you turn it. But it's not using this one or this one. So we can only use 6 because it's 1 and 2 void on the other side. 1 and 2 void on the other side. That's what's happening. This is 1 and 8. So your 8, or what looks like a 0 around the 1, but 8 numbers, okay, equals 0. What is the value of those 8 numbers? 8 numbers equals 0, but you can only play it as 6 because it's divided as 66. 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals to 6. 1 plus 2 equals to 3, plus 3 equals to 6. 1 times 2 times 3 equals to 6. So the 2 roadways that we travel is equal to 66, and it's telling you mathematically, and you're seeing it in the geometric shape. That's called the cubed. And they gamble with it, and they give it odds and games. The odds and games, it's odd that it's exactly right. It tells you the odds, the difference between here and there. You're closer to this number or that number, or you're whining in between like pi. So number 6 and number 8, or Highway 66, used to pass through all the cities. Long time ago, US and the letter A. Okay, now they use 80I. I represents 9 and 18. Also, it represents 27 and 36 and 45. And they all have mathematical situations that can create them. The 18 equals to 6 times 3. The 18 equals to 9 times 2. The 18 is also expressed as A, B, C, D, and H. This is the way this is expressed, 10 plus 8. And there's a reason for this, and it's not me. It has nothing to do with me. This is to do with what the French did. The French told me that you're going to give me 10, and then you're going to give me an 8. Give me a 10, I'll throw it into the 8. We'll call it October, the octagon 8 in the 10th month. We'll take 2 pentagrams. We'll take 2 pentagrams
Okay, and we'll create 8 corners. Now, what are the angles of all these corners? Here's that extra 1 space. We get our 9th over here. That's your 7th gate. So that would be the scepter or September. And it would be the 7th gate. So the 7 in September is the 9th month. So this is telling me that story. That's the story. I mean, you tell me different. So how did we get October? Where we had 8 and 10? Right, because you have 8 and 10. You need A, B, C, D equals to 10 plus H. And that's your 18. So when you get that, you also get the explanation of mixing T. The EA comes together because that's also the 1st and 5th letter. And anything to do with number 15, 1 and 5, I always relate it to 1 quarter, running the clock of time, and Mars. 15, number 51 is the numeric value for the letter M13, A1, R, 18. So it's 13 and 1 is 14, and the R is 18 is equals to 32. Now you add the S. So you have beta. So first, the beginning of Mars is 32. 3 times 2, 3 plus 2 equals 6 and 5. You finish with the S, the 19th letter. And that 32 becomes 51. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 equals 6 and 5. Again, you have the same thing. This is where we were working a minute ago on what happened where we created number 14 and number 23, because on the board, on the magic board, right over here, on the magic board, right over here. Let me see if I can show you this. This spot over here, okay, is number 14, and this spot is number 23. So if you want to bring these numbers together, 7 times 6 is 42. So you have a 2 here, and you have a 4 here. 7 plus 6, 13. You have a 1 here. You have a 3 here. The spirit is 76. This will create your Star of David right here in the center. And this, okay, is a passage. This is where the cube comes in. And I don't know if I have it, the design. I don't know if you can see the design all the way. It's down there. It's all the way down there. It's a little bit tough to see it. Well, I'll just show you something on paper over here that once I'm going to do it, can I get 4x4? Okay. And not really sure. Anyways, I'm just going to show you that when you do this, right, you create the beginning of the hexagon. You see, we had a diamond over here, right? Or we created, I like to call these the fox eyes or the chevrons. Chevrons tell you distance. You're supposed to keep a certain distance. You see it on the highway. Remember, everything I speak about is because it's already out there. I'm just repeating everything, but fitting it in with the facts of the numeric values, okay, because of what the artwork does. So if you notice, what happened is when I first created, let me get out a pencil. Got to keep that entertaining, right? This is an entertainment channel. Nothing I say is real. I just let the numbers talk. I just let the words talk. So my first part of what I did is right here. Okay. I'm only telling you the stories that the words and the numbers tell me. That's it. That's it. Trust yourself. No, learn. So we have this design. So that is the, that's a hexagon. I could have did it smaller. I like to do at least 2. Okay, could have did it smaller. Call it the chalice, and then you take that out there. You just put the Y inside of it, and you create the cube. And if you do that Y and YZY, if you do YZY, what would happen? I won't finish it on that side. When you do Y, Z, Y, my question is this your Z? See the way there's a continuation now? Creating the, see this box here? Do not enter. You ever see that? You ever see what a do not enter sign? Uno, the game is telling you a story. Anyways, I don't want to go any further in this, but here's my cube. So in order to finish this, and then I go at the end, I can just, my question is here's the center, right? So I would have to do that. Right, like that. There would be my center. So my center pass are showing you my 7th gate. Remember, this is the skull bones. This design has to be much bigger. And what this shows me over here, first of all, that's an 8 and 8. Hold on a second. It's an 8 and 8. Also looks like the sailboat of the 10-cent piece in a way. Everything that I design is, I'd have to do this somewhere else to see the true nature of this design, making it a little bit bigger. So anyways, this is how the Star of David, and these are your 88s. And you can turn it this way, and you can see the sand. The sand is starting to trickle. And they know the balance of this for the sand that falls from each side, keeping balance. You see the way if this was the earth, you would tilt it this way, you would tilt it this way by the balance of the sands. You can also, if you want, you have a tripod on the bottom. I'm not really sure of this design, what I'm doing. And this can never get low enough because it's going to hit this area over here, or it's going to hit this area over here, this wall over here. There's a wall over here. And then I'm not sure what it is, if it's connected over from here into the next, what's it called? This is the same as this one, right? But I don't want to do that right now, because according to that, okay, which these, if you want to know what these are, no one said anything. This is the roulette pattern of the betting table. And it only happens one time, and it happens only in the center. And the creation of that cube, okay, is taking up both sides. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Now, is it half and half? When it comes together, it creates one, and it binds together in the honeycomb? Or does one side bring the complete honeycomb in, and it adds on, and everything starts? Everything starts, can you guess what number everything starts at? 22. Can that be a reason for blackjack? And not only that, monkey. Another thing we have to remember is monkey. When you're playing the game of the Heaven's Birth, you have to remind yourself about the monkey. I'm not really sure if they brought it into the blackjack game or they brought it into the baccarat game, but they're always talking about the monkey, meaning more or less they just want to see a picture card. That's what they want to see. They want to see a picture card. I mean, why do all the picture cards have masks? Maybe because they're all monkeys underneath that. And the original creator didn't want to show the true face of who the slave was. Jack. Jack is also a plug-in. Why the slave? Because a servant or a slave, servant or slave, servant or slave is run by somebody else's hours. I mean, you can be working all day long, 24 hours at your house, or going for somebody else, but you're watched. There's somebody making judgment on you constantly. Now here, you got a house, you got to pay mortgage. You got an apartment, you got to pay rent. You need food, you got to pay for your food. And if you work, then you have to understand what it means to have a witchet. The wooden axe. The difference between your axe
And who takes your axe? Oh, sorry. Forgot about the letter T. Right. AX, TAX, 21 and 24, 45. Wow, same number as the Fox and the Sun, 666. 214. 214 says bad. 21 and 14, 7 by 3 and 7 by 2. That's what creates these numbers, which tells me a continuous story. Anyways, I'm running out of a little gas. I want to see if there's anything that I didn't explain. If I go back to the beginning, we did Roman numerals, which I'd like to go back to again, and I still have it over here. I'm going to put the camera down. Okay, it was over here, and it was 1 equals 76. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6. And the multiplication and addition can come into a square that's a minimum this size. Square this size cannot have this star inside of it. All you can have is this. The only way this, okay, can get anything inside of it is if you did, you can do this. And by doing this, you're allowed to continue that line here, telling you this one story over here. This is your 6-9 rotation in 8. That's not what I want to get to. What happens is when you do that, you can create the extra star, the in-house and the space between. But the reality is this will create that, and this can create this. This diamond cannot create, this diamond will be the plus sign, this square will be the multiple sign, because I can't go anywhere. Otherwise, if it's the multiple sign, it becomes outside. Now, I don't know what that means. This one has no center. The only way to create something, first of all, yes, by doing this, you can find a happy center with this one. By doing this, we're finding a center here. Okay, we're finding the center here, here. We're finding all of these over here. But each one that I find, I'm not sure if you can see, when I find this one, it is in the middle and meeting two lines, creating an X, creating an X, X, X. So when I do it this way, this is going to show me 2 areas of 1/4, and this area over here, I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing with this. No, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to get out of the basic thing that I want to talk about with these dots. This dot here and this dot here and this dot here and this dot here are all valued at 8. This dot over, let me see for a second. Yes, this dot over here is valued at 35. So it's 35 and 8. This is 8, 35, 8, 35, 8, 35, 8, 35. This is also an 8 in the center. Unless, and I just should stop right now because this is something to do with roulette, and the design is a little too small, and it's telling me 2 stories right now, so I don't want to go any further. This is my MD at the beginning. The reverse, okay. Oh. The reverse alphabet over here, win a big red sun. So this one would be 1. 3 plus 7 equals 1. 1 plus 7 equals 8. That is the R. This is A, B, C, D plus H. That is the answer to MD because of these numbers. This becomes 4 and 4. MD are both in the 4 family. And this one becomes 5 and 5. The exact reverse. This is why I went. And this is the beginning where the sun comes in,
and then the moon and Christ come in over here in BC. That's what this BC, this is the before the Christ is number 23, the letters BC. The 17 and 34 equals to 54 and 20. This is a pass. The 20th letter is a T. 54 is the value of the sun, the DNA, the birth, the 29 days of February representing the birth in the T world, the passing world. And I guess that's it. Just trying to see why purple is 9 and gray is 8. Oh, that would be horse racing. So red and blue create purple. The purple is the 9 horse. The red and the blue is the 1 horse, and I think the 2 horse, or is it the 1 and 3 horse? The 2 and the 3 interchange white and blue when it comes to horse racing colors. Not really sure if it's standard bred or TB for thoroughbreds, which is 19 plus 2 or 20 plus 2. 40, 22. I was just looking at money, 1 cent, 2 cent, 5 cent, 10 cent, 25 cents. There's a whole story with that, with the dollars. We talked about the conscience, the unconscious mind. I said I was going to do something on ion or nyan. DIS, things that start with these 3 letters in any way. And one of them was, and this is the reason for this. And this is the word for dislike, discomfort. So understand the word, its definition, its meaning, understand its opposites, when and how you can use it. So anytime you hear disinformation, that word, break information down, understanding the word dis. Anyways, Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. I'm going to read out what I was spoken to here on the side, and cult. Like manure, right? All the information is in the manure. Well, I have a strike. I can send you what I did. I don't know. I mean, I can send you, if you want an email of the video I did, I can send it to you. And I don't think I said anything wrong. I looked up information online, and the information through not even a hypothesis. The information just told me the story. I just repeated the story. Maybe I didn't say it, hey, I'm just repeating this story. It's a quote from another magazine, and this is the magazine. That's what I should have did. But before I do anything, for all those who have been here, since the time I made this, I have something even more spectacular. Look at the missing piece over here. But imagine if there was a missing piece there and the missing piece here. There are 2 tunnels to pass. And guess what? I have the top of the Maharaja. Look at that. I got the top of the Maharaja. It could be the letter B. Could be 2 breasts. I don't know. But this is what the design does. This is what the design did. This is what the design did. So I got the Maharaja. So I'm wondering if it becomes a plug. Is it the letter B? Is it one of the reasons the letter E just fits right over it, right? If I cut out, but hold on a second. If I open it all the way, look how many I got. Now I got 4. It looks like a castle. You could probably create a castle now from it. I don't know. Just everything comes from something, you know? All I did is make this one fold up, and I end up with that, like right there. Whoop. Like right there, right? Right there. So now I got 2 sides. So if I have this, and I have 2 sides, and I just fold it a little down the center. Why would I fold it down the center? See, if I folded it down the center, I get, yeah, look what I get, right? If I fold it down the center, oh my God, look what we get.
This is so tough to do. Oh man, I wish one day I'd create a way to just show everything. I got Y and Y. And then the Maharaja goes underneath. I don't know. Yeah, I get a live stream. Hello from Scottish Breton. Scottish, are you from somewhere? Hello from Scottish Breton. Work and listening. But reality can be folded in half, and then definitely this is where the numbers fall for me. So no, you see what happens? Reality can only be split up so many times, right? And the minute you split it one time, you have two sides. Now you take the two sides pending, because sometimes you can't split up. Sometimes there's a balance where both sides are together, and it depends what situation you're in. I mean, like you can be in the water and your head can be out, like a turtle. The turtle, the beaver, the sailboat, the reindeer, it's on our money. They're telling us a story. Things that are important, you have to throw it right in our face. So when the Matrix looks at us and he says, oh, he's happy to know the truth, he's holding a nickel. But is there any nickel in it? He's holding a penny. Oh my God, I got a penny. What's on the penny? There's a leaf. What else is on the penny? What is on the penny in North America? I'm just working on North America, the French, and the English. What's on the penny? In fact, you want to know what's on the penny? I'm going to show you. That's, if I remember correctly, let me see. I'm just going to think. I'm not sure. I think that's my penny design. And how does that design? The O in the center. The O in the center, if don't get me wrong, I'm trying to think. 1, 2, 3. I'm thinking. Well, the 8. I'll show you on paper here. Let me show you on paper. Okay, my last page. Okay. The 1, 2, 8, and 9. These numbers all valued at 10 cents. So what happened to 1, 2, 3, 4 equaling to 10? Now it's 1, 2, 8, 9 equaling to 20. So a whole big change. 8 and 2, 9 and 1. Spirit cycle. There's also some kind of 19, 28, and 47, which is Jesus, cycle of the Spirit. This is 10 and 9. Remember, A, B, C, D, and 2 to the power of 3 is this one over here. All zeros equal to 6. This will now become 7 and 9 through the gateway. And that would be your DG, which would also be your 23 and 20 equaling to 43, or DC came through the gateway. 7 by 7 by 7 equals 343. Same thing with this. You see there's 3 areas. I'm only using 2 areas, or excuse me, in this situation, I'm only using 2 areas. 1 plus 2 equals to the 3, and the 1 equals to the 4, so it creates just this primary design. 3 and 2 equals to the 5. So now I'm ended with 5. Now I would start 5 and 1 equals to the 6. 5 and 2 equals to the 7. 5 and 3 equals to the 8. 5 and 4 equals to the 9. We can't talk about the 6 because it was our start. A plus B equals 3. Plus C equals 6. A times B times C equals 6F. When you started with A and you ended up with F, all you did is took the dice and flipped it to the other side, and you created the other side of the world, or the reflection, or the negative and the positive, or what passes through what. And that's your half-life. You notice when you do it that way, right, you have a dot here, 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 and here. You also have a dot here and here. So you got this, you got 2, you got 3, you got 4,
you have 5. The other way, this way, you only have 3. So when I tell you 3 and 5 is your energy, that's the way it is. So now what we're going to do, I'm not sure if we're going to do this or if we're going to and create the 9 lives of the cat by putting these 2 together. But anyways, I don't want to talk about that. This part that energizes in the moon, it also becomes the cat. I'm just trying to think, how do I do that? Well, I got to create 147 because it's 147 over here. Everything is 147. 7 months of 31 days, 217. 4 months of 30 days. And 1 month of 29 days, and that would be the leap year was what we're talking about, the 4th year. A, B, C, D, and where everything comes together in the 4th year. I'm just trying to see where we were, 217, 339. Is that right? 337 and 29. Coming to the Christ, the gateway to the birth. Where are we? So that's the 147, and it's the 147 that creates everything. I guess that's it, right? There's other things I can do. 1 and 7, there's the 1-4 is the sun, 1-7 is the Q, 7-4 is Jesus, 7-5 is the moon, 7-8 is the passage of 1-7, 1 times 7, 1 plus 7, 1 plus 7 is 8. 78. Anyways, that's it. I don't know. Tired. Maybe a little bit later. If there's something we didn't do, let me finish reading. Machine. Okay, have a good evening. Thank you to Mick Mac, Robin Ledford, Eli Sy, and yours truly, Lisa Tully. Sounds like we're in an old town, you know, and it's just reminding me of blue. I don't know why. I'm just being reminded of blue for some reason. You got a lot of, you know what? I'm not sure if it's my favorite color or not. Hold on, how can I do that? The storm is coming. It's funny the way I hold this up. I don't know why. The camera's okay. It's over there, right? There's my 10 commandments. Where's the well? Where's the well? I just want to see where it is. Can't find it. I always lose it. I've been here for, oh, there it is. There it is. Right here. It's let me turn it upside down because it's not coming in the right way. Yes, right here. See that? The black coming out of the post looks like a big cross. That's like that oil pouring out. Looks pretty cool upside down, eh? Whoa! Is that my floor? Oh my God! Look at that. We've got a right here. Looks like a dog, but the head is of a bear, and then there's an M&M trading. Well, anyways, in that design, I wish you could see it a little bit better. The head's falling off. But let me see if I can get that head in there. Wow, I lost it. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Right there. You see the bull? There's a bull, there's a trading, and then there's a bear. And they're all working on the oil, greasing us well. Raphael, how do you know the truth? How do you know the truth? How do you know the truth? It's so simple. Anybody trying to sell you something, it's just out for this. Just out for a scratch. Just another dog out for a scratch with a flea. That's what I see. That's what I was taught when I was younger, as I grew up. And anybody who tries to persuade you in any way for something, then be careful about it.
And doesn't matter how much they persuade you. You have to understand it yourself. You have to do your own due diligence. And que sera, sera, love everybody, because it's all about love. Your security is watching my back, and if I take it, and if you don't, I don't watch your back, and you don't watch my back, we're going to have to get some other security to watch our backs. And how do you trust someone else? Trust me, I trust you. Let me know you, I'll let you know me. And this is April 17th, if I remember correctly, or April 10th, somewhere around now. Is this is the end, I think, of my 11th year sitting in one of these chairs under multiple computers, under multiple times where no one has watched any of my videos, where I had maybe 300-400 views or a few thousand views, and most of my views, believe it or not, are on my roulette, about the roulette. And that's it. Let me just say what. Let's end it now, and I'm going to put my camera on something like this. Bo tinglo sun tong chong chi I ta ti abginit wal sun tong hong hi hat eat. That is numbers. I made this up about, I don't know, 15, 18 years ago. No, I don't know, somewhere around then. Yeah, I'd say 18 years ago I did that. I went with my son to watch my nephew play hockey, and couldn't really see onto the ice from the stands. And we were just talking, and I came up with that. And Chong is Jesus of time. Sun becomes sun. Lo becomes the dark passage. Both Bo, okay, Bo, which is one, okay, it becomes the Q, turns into the gateway of Q, and Chi, which is part of the creation heaven of Mars, arts and entertainment. Artificial intelligence, I, is a reflection of 8 and 7 by 7, reflection of the spirit of man. And the reason for that is because 13, the male bar mitzvah, and it is created by female and male, or the nature of Venus, 1 and 2. 1 plus 2 equals to 3. That's how we have to get it. How do we create 3? We have to create 3 in which way? I'm not really sure how to create 3. So I tried with 9 plus 3 equals to 12. 8 plus 4 equals to 12. 7 plus 5 equals to 12. 6 plus 6 equals to 12. Okay, and the reason why this is, it's because what do we go next with this? What do we do next with this, and why did we do this? Why? Because this is a mistake. This is 12. 9 plus 4 equals to 13. 8 plus 5 equals to 13. 7 plus 6 equals to 13. This multiplication will equal 4 and 3, which will equal 12 and 7, equaling to 19. So these are your ways. Are there any other ways to equal to that? No, there are not. Okay. Now, actually there are. 19 minus 6, 18 minus 5, 17 minus 4, 16 minus 3, 15 minus 2, 14 minus 1. And these over here will come together to create 10. You need these to come together to create 10. You end up with 21. The reason for this, because it's A, B, C, D. You have to do what you're taught. And this would be 5, 6, 7, 8. So it'd be 1, 5 Mars to the 2, 6 Dog Queen to the 3, 7 creation of the gateway of Nibiru, the red sun, and it lands us on it lands us on son of Pluto. And what's left over is 19 and 18, or A, B, C, D, plus I, or A, B, C, D, plus H. H and I, the 8th and the 9th letter. Reversal is 18 and 19. 18 and 9, 27, 19 and 8, which is R, and this is high, and this is RS. RS, Aris, seer, I don't know. Anyways, there's a whole situation on here. This will become 36 and 13. 49, female, and then you have 49 is also part of Jesus. This here is the matrix, the silver matrix, and also Rubik's.
So it's the cube of 26 plus 6 and all the stories that I said before. And this one will create your straight, 40, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is your 10. The spirit of 76 is where your 10 is being held. And your 10 is being held. This is the only way you can get 10 on a cube, and it reverses to this, both 44, 2 and 2, 4, and 13. And this is where your MV now comes in. Anyways, I don't want to do the math on this. And the reason I said this is because 7 times 6 is 42, and 7 plus 6 is 13. And that's your total of 10. And that's where your spirit of 76 creates your 10. And you create the 76 by creating this. And this reverse looks like your spirit 19, which is 13 by 7. And there's a hole. It never stops. I'm just stopping. I just there's too much. I don't know what to do. I don't want to bore you. I don't know what's going on. And there's 6 people here. There should be 6 likes. The other thing I wanted to just say, I have to come back here and I have to finish this, this is the runway through the cities. This is the direct pass. This is the moon. This is Pluto. This is the value of 10 in a word. It also tells you about 55 because of the sky, which is because of this word here. The C is here, and this one over here is the I letter. So the total is 12, and that's the L letter, and the sound is EL. So it says CL, which is sky in French. And this is 3 and 9 is 12, and 5 is 17, and 12 is 29. And in the sky we are born. In one sky it's 55, in the other sky it's 29. Passing through 11 craps. This is the moon. This one over here, okay, is 36 and 12. So look at the similarities between 6 times 6, which is the female woman, and the 94, and this is in the male. This creates 36 and 12 equaling to 48, and that is the son of Pluto, the half-life, or the 2 to 1 life. And this one here is 49 again, and that's 7 times 7, so that's the Christ. The other way this can be worked up is it's 46. It can be flipped upside down. Same with this. This can be flipped upside down to a 9. When 1 and 2 comes together, we can call it 3 in our own. So we can call this 3, 9. That's going to end up being 4, 9. This represents 10. This is the female. The 6 by 6 creates the 36 in this situation, the 9 by 4 in that situation. So we have the birth in Pluto. This is the number, and which creates your day and your night. This one over here, the female pass of 66 creates day and night. This was switched over to become Highway 80, in which I switch it over to become Highway 86 because of the law of the dice cube right here. 66 is 86. I don't know if they're all like that. 66 reverses the 11 on the dice. So 66 or 1 and 1. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. I hope everybody is well. The slain, black, loyal, waterproof the ark, bitterman, and 2 men by 2 by 2. Absolutely. Oh, that's so funny. The black oil. Do you remember what happened to Neo Anderson? Right? I know there's something that I didn't do, but I'm going to say peace. Everybody put their hand up. Peace. Peace. Peace, my friends. Peace, my friends. We need to know the entertainment part of everything is just a story. You know, sometimes underneath it says it's an ad, or sometimes it says something else. Very cool. Thank you, Robin. Anyways, don't be sold on anything. Don't react. You must practice. If everybody that's here, we're 5 of us now, practice not reacting. I'm telling you, when you promise not reacting, by my own personal living it and watching on TV and not reading, okay, is by not acting on first impulse, okay, and waiting it out, whatever it is.
will benefit you more in the long run than being, first of all, the stress will get to you. That's number one. The stress will get to you. So you just have to say everything's going to be okay. Why am I in this situation? Why did you get into that situation? What is the situation that's making you act so fast based on the words of another? What is that situation? Raphael, peace and love. Thank you for watching everything.